Today, I'm going to show you how I made a floating Milwaukee Packout in my truck bed. Specifically in my 4th gen Toyota Tacoma, but this should work for most other modern Toyota trucks. I feel like everybody has some sort of Milwaukee Packout with them. I don't know if it's just that I finally got my first one, which is this one behind me over here, where the effect has happened where you start to notice them everywhere. But I feel like a lot of pickup trucks I look at, people are carrying Packouts. And for good reason. I mean, there's nothing new here, but they're a really good modular toolbox setup that you can easily transport around. They're super durable. A lot of them lock together. They're really good storage systems too. They've got a lot of really great features that I honestly am not here to sell you on, but just know I've been loving mine a lot. I think not only does it work great in my truck and for my purposes, it also looks really good too. My Home Depot keeps them stocked, which is nice, and they're pretty reasonably priced for what they are. So in today's video, what I wanted to do was show you a quick and easy way of mounting a Milwaukee Packout toolbox into your truck bed. Now, I'm sure the method I'm going to show you in which I am mounting my Packout can be used in other truck beds, but I will be using and leveraging Toyota's factory bed rail system, which comes in these trucks. It's a really understated feature of Toyota trucks. I feel spoiled because my 3rd gen Toyota Tacoma also has them, although the 3rd gen did not come with the 3rd bed rail that you're seeing in the back of this truck, but I did have one because it had the bolts and threaded holes for it. Anyways, Toyota's bed rail system is really good. I obviously mount a lot of things to it, rail tie downs to tie more things down. I have a nice GoPro mount that Toyota actually makes themselves. I take a lot of footage with it here on my YouTube channel, but yes, we are going to be utilizing the factory bed rails in order to mount this. Now I know people are probably carrying tools in these. Mine right now holds a Starlink Mini because when I'm off the grid and out of service, carrying high-speed internet wherever with me has been a game changer. I just wanted a relatively dust-proof place where I could store my Starlink Mini, even though these things I'm pretty sure are like environmental tested and people mount them on the outside of their vehicle full time. It wasn't something I was looking to permanently mount on my Tacoma, so I wanted a reliable way to carry it, and a Packout was a really economical, more or less way of carrying it and storing it outside in my truck bed in a ruggedized environment, plus all of its cables. And I do have a couple suction mounts in here too. I mentioned I really like the Packout because I think it's really good value. It's not too expensive, but what is super expensive is all of this Packout foam. In fact, I actually did a butcher job, quite literally, pulling apart this foam. It took me a really long time, and I'm not utilizing the full depth of this case particularly well. Again, it's literally just to hold my Starlink. That's what it's doing right now. Obviously, people store all sorts of different things, but if you're curious, this is what's inside my Milwaukee Packout. Now, let's get into what you'll need to install one in your Toyota truck bed. And the mount you choose here is important. First thing we're going to need are some Milwaukee Packout mounting plates. Now, these specifically, I've got 2 different types and I'll explain why in a second, but they are meant for a wall, and you probably recognize this shape if you are familiar with the Packout system. But essentially, all these Packouts can kind of interlock onto these plates really securely. These right here are my OG ones. They're made by Milwaukee. I also picked these up at Home Depot for a pretty reasonable price. And I'm not gonna lie, my OG ones are better in my opinion than the ones I'm going to be using in this video, and I'll explain why in a bit. But I've actually got quite a few miles on them. You can see they're a little bit dusty, like my Packout itself, from sitting in my truck while in the desert. I used them for about 6 months and they're really, really solid. So they're made out of some sort of composite, but it's pretty tough. What I really like about them is that at both the bottom and top, they have this track mount that's like slotted, so you can mount this in a lot of different ways. Each one of these are for like a half toolbox, but you can kind of see that they have interlocking capabilities. So if you've got 2 of them, because you've got a full-size toolbox, they interlock really well, just like that. And both individually and once they interlock, they feature this notch, which ends up being really important because if you look at a Packout themselves, this little spring-loaded latch is how it additionally locks onto these wall plates so that if you pull it in the vertical direction, it doesn't just come out. So these are really, really solid. Highly recommend them. However, these are the new versions, which I actually picked up on Amazon. They're both made out of aluminum, powder coated. So yes, I had to drill some holes. You can see these are kind of designed to not individually lock together. They are more so meant for the half toolboxes, it would appear. Although, of course, because we have a full toolbox, we're going to try to utilize it in such a way. So if you're wondering why I'm using these over the Milwaukee branded one, I honestly, again, did not have any issues with the Milwaukee one. It was really due to my setup. So I recently installed a tonneau cover on this truck that is removable. In fact, as you can see right now, it is completely removed. This part mounts to the Toyota bed rail, and this top area of the mount actually extends beyond the bed height, which causes my tonneau cover, unfortunately, to not fit. Now, I could actually cut through this mount, but I wanted something a little bit cleaner, so my version 2 idea was to go with something pre-made like this. Version 3 will probably be something custom, but I think this is an iteration in like the right direction, even though again, I love these OG mounts, but you could see if I put them side by side, these actually don't go higher than the Toyota bed rail itself, allowing my tonneau cover to fit. Even once you put the Packout on, it really doesn't sit higher than the top of this mount itself. So again, I wish there were versions of these that interlocked if I put two together, but these are definitely going to look more low profile and are going to be completely fine for my purposes. Other things that I'm going to be utilizing in this setup that are crucially important are these bed rail insert custom thingies. Yes, these are not the prettiest, a little bit ghetto in nature because I stole these from an old 3rd gen project I did a long time ago where I just looked like I cut some metal plate and welded a bolt to it, but hey, it works really, really well, and you're not going to even be able to see them. To use these, you just need to slide them into the bed rail from the end, so remove any accessories that are in the way, slide them in, and then you can see they won't slip out of the front of the rail, and I use a washer and nylock nut with these guys. If you want nicer ones, I'm pretty sure Cali Ray's LED, or if you go on Amazon, you can probably find some Toyota specific ones, but maybe that's for version 3. Version 2 for now is just going to be repurpose, reuse, and recycle. The other thing you'll want back here, in addition to your 3rd bed rail where you're going to be mounting this plate, is something to keep everything all square. Now, I have the Toyota factory molle panel. You want this ideally to mount as rigidly as possible, and it'd be so nice if the mount itself lined up with holes on the molle panel in addition to the bed rail, but it does not. So you want everything as square as possible on the same plane, and having the molle panel over here just like adds the extra depth you need because it's nice in line with the bed rail itself. You could use something like a spacer, sort of like this, but the problem is you can see that the back of the bed is ribbed, so depending on where your rib is, you would need a different size spacer, especially if your holes aren't slotted like this. You'd also ideally put in rib nuts, but if you've ever put a rib nut in before, those are a pain, especially into the composite bed. I honestly think the molle panel, while it is an added cost, it adds benefit because you can mount stuff with it. This Toyota OEM one is pretty good. Technically, you do have to drill to get it to fit in, but as you can see, I've just put foam blocks back there to make everything soundproof since I'm not mounting anything too heavily. And here is where it mounts at the bottom, and then it also mounts behind the 3rd bed rail. With all of that in mind, let's get started on the actual install. And I'm using my ironclad general utility gloves here, which are really great protection, but also they're the only gloves that I found that fit super well and actually give me the dexterity I need even when I'm threading these tiny nylock nuts. I also really like these because they are touchscreen compatible. Just nice being able to use my phone, you know. And I know this isn't everyone's use case, but also touch the touchscreen on my camera to start and stop recording. That's really nice. I'll tag these along with the Packout and everything else you're seeing in this video, but highly recommend these gloves. Just wanted to say they are a staple for all of my garage projects. I got both of these on Amazon, but they are a little bit different. While the bends and the cuts all look the same, you can see at the top of one of them, we've got 4 holes, and on the other one, we've got 6. They're also slightly different hole sizes still. None of them are quite big enough for my makeshift rail slot thingies. So I'm gonna draw a little bit of a bigger hole anyways. Kind of weird, don't know what happened there on Amazon, but it's fine either way. I feel like that drill bit was not big enough. Yeah. There we go. That is better. Let's drill the rest of them out. This one. Now, of course, I'm only drilling because of the bolt size I'm using, so test out fitment to see if you even need to do this. Now, on the bed rail, remove the end caps, which I hate. They're always a challenge. In fact, Charvonia Designs actually sells nicer ones, which is what I have on the side rails, but not on the back third bed rail, and I like them much better than the OEM ones, but I digress. Anyway, slide your bed rail track bolts in. I'm going to use 4. 2 are going to be on each mount. And once those are in, mount your mounts using the holes you just drilled out. Now, I'm not really worried here about spacing between the 2 mounts yet, so I'm not tightening them down all the way since I'll have to adjust anyways. And we actually do want the ability to slide these around in order to do that. So once you at least have the mount secured to the upper rail, test fit the Packout to figure out how spaced apart they need to be. And once you like the placement, you can tighten everything down. Now again, the top of the bed rail is holding the load, but if you have a molle panel that you can use to bolt the lower part of the mount to, that is ideal. Now in my case, the holes didn't line up with the holes in the molle panel, so I'm just going to use zip ties to keep it lined up so that nothing rattles. And I will say, I have been driving around with this setup for the last few weeks, and thankfully, even with the Packout mounted, there has been no rattling. When I have the Packout off, there's also no rattling. It has been very secure, even on trails with washboard roads, so I think this is a good enough solution for now, and I hope it was useful if you guys are looking to mount a Packout to your truck bed. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!